Hello there everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lydia's Crafty Corner with me, Lydia, in my little crafty corner. So today I am going to be sharing with you this card. It has the look of hand painted roses, but we are going to be using the beautiful Watercolor Roses stamp set to create this effect. So this is the stamp set that we are going to be using. It has lots of different florals on here and also lots of foliage. So there's lots to choose from when you are creating a beautiful floral cluster with this set. So to start with, I am going to be using a piece of watercolor cardstock. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to be stamping my little cluster onto it. I'm going to be using some distress ink. I find that this works really well, especially for no-lined watercolor. And this one is the really palest one that I do have, which is the antique linen. So you can just see that it is slightly visible on my cardstock there. So we don't want it too visible. You do want it really, really light so you can paint this, and then it is going to look like you've painted it yourself. So I'm going to place the flowers in first and then the foliage around it. And then once I'm happy with all of the placement, I'm then going to start my watercoloring. So before I start my watercoloring, I am going to mix my little palette. So I'm just going to mix some colours together. The ones that I am using are the Red Sunset, also some of that beautiful summer afternoon, and a little bit of white for my flowers. And then for the greens, I'm using the Tropical Forest and a little bit of that brown colour as well, just to warm this up. Now I am using the 24 pan set from Altenew, and this is a really great watercolour pan set. So once I have finished with my mixing, I'm then going to start my colouring. So to start, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm just going to add some clean, clear water over the part that I wish to colour. Now I'm colouring over the whole of this petal shape that you can see here. I have got a little bit of a dirty brush, but it helps you see what is happening at the minute. So all I'm doing is covering that whole petal, and then I'm going to add in my colours that I've already mixed. Now these colours I'm just going to add in towards the edge of the petal. So I kind of want to make one edge of the petal really dark, and then the water that we've placed down is going to carry and blend and bleed the rest of the colour into the rest of the petal. And as you can see, I'm going to add some really dark colour right at this edge here, and that's going to give me a great effect. So now I'm just going to do the same technique on each of these little petal shapes that we have here. So first I'm going to add that clean water. I'm then going to add in the colours, just a little dab here and there into that petal. Now if you want to change the colour of these, I am adding a little bit of yellow in just for a little bit of variation as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on a little bit of music so you can see these flowers bloom. So now all of my flowers are done. I'm then going to move on to the leaves, and it's just the same technique as before. I'm covering the whole area that I wish to colour using some clean, clear water, and I'm then dabbing in some colours that we've already mixed. So I'm adding it into the base and also to the edge of that leaf to give really great definition at that. Once I have finished with that, I'm going to let it dry, and here is the piece all completed. I'm just going to add this to the front of a card base. So I'm just going to use my Altenew tape glue for this and make sure it's nicely pressed down. I'm then going to take my sentiment. This is from the Watercolor Roses set again. I'm popping that into place, and I'm going to ink this up using some Obsidian. I'm using my Misty, so I make sure that I'm going to get my sentiment perfect, and just in case it doesn't stamp correctly the first time, which it didn't, I want to make sure that it's nice and bold for this one. So I'm going to add a second layer there. I'm then going to take an additional sentiment. So I've already got the Believe, and this is the In Yourself from the same set. And again, I'm going to ink that up using my Obsidian there. Now I wanted to add a little bit of bling to this card, so I'm just going to add a couple of dots of wet glue in the places that I want to add my sequins, and I'm just going to add a couple of sequins into place. Now here is the card complete. I really do hope that you've enjoyed the video and that you like the card as well. If you do create a card that was inspired by this, it would be great if you do share as well, because I would love to see. So again, everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you do want to watch any more videos, there's a couple more here that you can watch at your own leisure. Also, if you don't want to miss out on any videos that we do upload to the channel, it'd be great if you do subscribe. Again, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye.